Dan, here we are in the loft with our cup of coffee in our DDR mug. I'm going all professional, not yet, but very nice. I've got a microphone, but I haven't worked out how to work it yet. Oh, by the way, yesterday's video, I was wrong on a couple of counts. The British deaths at Gallipoli, over 21,000. I was just trying to get the statistics correct across to you. Again, obviously, I'm only an amateur when it comes to this sort of thing, so don't take everything I say as gospel. Also, the Australian midget, or the Japanese midget submarine attack in New South Wales, Sydney. They attacked Sydney Harbour and Newcastle. Apparently, there were 3 Japanese submarines involved, and one of them was only recovered 20 odd years ago, within the last 20 years. So, in the attic, we are now binocular time. Plus cats, the inevitable cats. It's probably why I don't do videos in the house so much, to stick their nose in. So, what are these? It's binocular time. Again, they probably, no one watches my videos anyway. They're least likely to watch these binocular ones for some reason. But these are Canadian Rel Binoculars. So Rel stands for Research Enterprises Limited. This was a short-lived Canadian company set up during World War II to produce optics and electronics for the Allied war effort. The company started producing war material in 1941 in Toronto and quickly became one of the region's largest employers. By 1946, however, the company was no more. Like many firms set up by the Canadian government, once the war was over, Rel was wound up. And it's the same thing happened in Britain. These were called shadow companies, not because they were shadowy secret places, more that they were built in the shadow, or the factories were in the shadow of another building, in the grounds of another building, something along them lines. But you get your Nottingham Instruments Limited, the one that sticks in my mind, the Gramophone Company, which made compasses, that sort of thing. So Rel, as well as making radar equipment and sniper scopes, was one of the most numerous products for the firm, with binoculars for the use of the Canadian troops and the Allies. There were approximately 50,000 pairs of the 6x30 binoculars, which are these here, produced by the company, and this is obviously the pair we're looking at now. So unlike the Second World War British and Indian binoculars, which I do have a pair of here, over here, which were copied, the British World War II binoculars were copied from the World War I bino-prismatic model. And the Canadians didn't go with that, but they went for a more modern ergonomic shape to the main body. So if we turn that round, we'll have a look. You see, you can get your thumbs under there, whereas this is not like that. These binoculars were coated in a special non-slip black paint finish. It helps the user keep hold of the binoculars regardless of sweat or moisture. The reverse of the binoculars have 2 lugs for attaching the strap to. The focuses are individual eyepiece focusing, and a graduated scale is engraved on each of the eyepieces. So let's have a look at the markings. So on the top there, you've got the broad arrow stamp, 6x30. Now CJB, I'm sure that means Contract Great Britain. The GA on there, if you're catching that, means it should have originally come with a case, and then you've got your formula on the side there, graticules, so far apart, so high, etc. Rel stroke Canada, 1943. So the graticules are in the right eye for gauging objects in the distance. So this means they are not naval binoculars. So yeah, the GA indicates that this pair is issued with a case, etc, etc, etc. The quality of these binoculars is excellent, and one can imagine that they were very popular with the soldiers when they were dished out. When manufactured, these binoculars were tested by spraying them with water and being dropped 6 feet into sand. So it also says here, I mean, a little bit of notes, that some of the cases were a Rexine type case, which I don't know what that is, maybe some sort of like Bakelite. We'll have a little closer look at them. I'll just alter the camera and see if we can get the graticule up. And I'll move the camera that way. Where's the camera? I don't know if you're getting that. You can see the... No, so we can go that way. Yes, anyway, it doesn't make any difference. So these are another pair of Rel binoculars. I've got a few. I've got another naval pair to go through, but as said in the blurb, they are very comfortable to hold because of the way the hand grips are. They're quite heavy. I think they're made of brass against, say, a German pair which are made of alloy. They do feel quite substantial. This pair themselves, got them on eBay, £30. I'm really pleased with these. They're ever so slightly discolorated, but if you just hold them a little bit away from your eye, or let your eyes settle in, if you're watching for any length of time, you do come away a little bit cross-eyed, but they do work. Obviously, they're being dropped here at some point. That's snapped off. We're not going to worry about that. Doesn't look like anyone's been in there fiddling with them, to be fair. So I'm quite pleased with that. And they are a very, very handy pair of binoculars to have. I'm not going to try and collimate them properly because it's so... What you find with older binoculars, that if you're looking sort of down the garden at something not too far away, they work perfectly, they're okay. If you start looking up at aircraft, you do get sort of a double image, but I think we can live with that for £30 odd. I do have another pair of Rel binoculars, navy ones, like I said, but we'll do them another day. I don't want to overdose you with binoculars. I think the cat wants them on. There you go. You're going to go mouse spotting? Yeah, whatever. So this is Stan, and these are my Rel 6x30 binoculars, and I will see you.